Moving on now to I think what we all expected, and luckily this one was also on national cable TV as well. I didn't have to stream
Yeah.
it, but that Browns Chiefs football game that that looked like a preview of an AFC Championship game for
I mean,
2021.
if you're a betting man, that's a good bet. So
I mean that was one of those games I didn't know what to bet because I think the spread had the Chiefs at 6 or something like that.
yeah,
And it's like, man, but I could see the Browns winning this game, and it's
yeah.
like I don't know who to pick. I don't know, but also at the same time, I saw the over under. I think was at 52, I believe.
At game time, it was 54.5.
Game time was 54.5. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think they ended up. Oh yeah, they
Yeah, it
ended
was
up covering
30,
it. Yeah,
34-29, I think.
yeah, but it was a tough game to really kind of guess on the over-under because the playoff game last year was 22-17. Now, both teams had injuries, especially amongst the offensive
Yeah, yeah.
line. But that being said, it was really just a couple of costly turnovers by the Browns that shifted all the momentum to the Chiefs. Nick Chubb's fumble, I think it was in the middle of the third quarter, was
Yeah.
what started to turn in the tide. They held the Chiefs to a field goal, but then the Browns did come right back and then score a touchdown to go up 9 points. And then the punt, the first punt of the game, first punt of the season for them,
Yeah.
and the punter just missed it, and he missed it in just the worst spot.
It was a low snap.
Yeah.
I still thought he could have tried
Actually,
to.
I don't know if it was a low snap. I think it hit him. I think it hit him in the
No,
numbers.
no, no. It hit him in the hands. I just think it was around his knee shin area. I'll have to go back and watch it, but I remember it being slightly.
It just looked
I thought I remember it being slightly low.
It just honestly just looked like he missed it. But
Yeah.
I mean, either way, I wonder what it's like in that situation because everyone, if you're watching this, you probably have seen the highlight of the muffed punt, I guess, the muffed punt by the punter. But it looked like when he picked up the ball, it looked like he had time to just try and kick it.
Yeah.
But he went and tried to run with it. And which is funny if you watch the highlights. If he got around when he started to turn back, if he somehow got around that one the one Chiefs guy, he had all of his offensive linemen coming to block for him. He had a lane. It was one guy, and obviously I wouldn't bet on him to get by that guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a punter.
Yeah, he's a punter, but But if he was able to, he had a lane and he had blockers coming. But
yeah.
The Browns, I thought the Browns looked really good, and I'm talking about the Browns now before we get to the Chiefs, but I thought the Browns looked really good. It was just a couple of errors, really, that kind of blew it for them, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think the Browns actually gave this game away. They were up 22-6 at one point, or 22-10, 22-10.
Yeah.
And so they just gave it away, and that's tough. But again, I would rather be in that situation where you gave it away, because then if you come back and play them in the playoffs, you know what you did wrong and you can fix it.
Yeah.
Versus if you just got beat, then you just got beat.
Mm-hmm.
So the Chiefs, I think, played really well. I mean, they've shown time and time again that they can get hit in the mouth and get back up.
Yeah.
But I was impressed. Their offensive line looked better. They were more devoted to running the ball, but it's going to be tough against that Browns defensive front to actually run the ball like that.
Yeah, and they got down early. They were down the entire game until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I have Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team, so I'm very excited about that. Because he had an amazing game. Patrick Mahomes and the chemistry, just the whole setup that the Chiefs have. It's why they will always have one of the best offenses as long as they're able to keep the score together. But with Tyreek Hill, number one receiver, Travis Kelce, number one tight end, and those guys are receiver 1A, 1B, essentially. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I thought, had a very solid game out of the backfield. I thought because he is their three-down guy, unlike with the Browns, they have Chubb and Hunt, and Hunt comes in more for pass plays. The Chubb can as well. But Edwards-Helaire is a three-down back, and I thought he performed very well. Definitely took strides from his rookie season, but that offense is amazing, so to say.
Like you said, as long as they keep those guys, then they'll be fine.
Yeah, their Achilles heel, though, I will say, and the last thing to say is going to be their defense. The Browns could have scored a lot more points today. The Browns could have scored a lot more points today, and as injuries happen, guys have to step up. Are they going to be able to really limit teams to 24 points a game because their offense can go and score 35 points a game fairly easily. The Browns have a good defense, and they put up 33 against them. So that's going to be the biggest thing for the Chiefs moving forward.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, too, the right side of that offensive line is still a little concerning. They showed a stat. So there's 102 or 122 starts combined between Orlando Brown and Joe Thuney. But today was the first NFL start for, I think, Lucas Niang and whoever their right guard was.
Yeah, I saw that. They had them in their old man walkers, Orlando Brown.
Yeah. And so I just think as those guys develop, that offensive line will continue to get better. Also, too, as the offensive line plays together longer, the more chemistry they'll have.